And here we go, ready for Zuffa Boxing 7, Chris Billam-Smith versus Ryan Rozicki. Billam-Smith, 35 years old, 6'3" with a 75-inch reach, fighting out the orthodox stance, and Ryan Rozicki, 31, 6'2" with a 76-inch reach, fighting out the orthodox stance. What the is going on? I can barely talk. It's the excitement is palpable down in Bournemouth. So here we go, interesting fight. I think probably the best card that Zuffa have put on. Maybe a little bit of UK biased on my part there. But I do like this card. I like this card a lot. Not gaining the traction the previous Chris Billam-Smith fights have, to be honest. Maybe that's after he suffered the loss to Zarada. I don't know. But that is where we're at. But I will say this. I think whatever man wins this fight probably goes on and fights for the title, I think it's fair to say. Which, whether that would be against Benavidez if he stays in the division, whether that would be against Dimitri Bivol, or whether that would be against someone for maybe one of the vacant titles, I am not sure. Beterbiev, he does not have a title in that division. Mikelian, he's rumoured to fight Jar Pattaya, so Bivol or the vacant IBF. End of that round. What could definitely happen is Vidal Riley against Chris Billam-Smith for the vacant title. So there we go. Chris Billam-Smith, 2 rounds up, 2 points up after the first round. But yeah, I think that could be very likely. That would see a crossover probably between Misfits Boxing and Zuffa. Could be very interesting. So that is the way I think that fight would go. Obviously, Jar Pattaya only with the Ring Magazine belt in that division is something to think about. But, oh, and Chris Billam-Smith putting Ryan Rozicki down, back up at 6. Great shot there by Chris Billam-Smith. But a good card they've put together, I think, for the UK debut. Jack One Smack Massey, as Chris Billam-Smith puts him down again. And back up again, Ryan Rozicki goes. Should see out the round here. We will see. Does see out the round. As they go back to their corners. Another Billam-Smith round, I am sure. Yeah, 10-8 and a 10-7. So Chris Billam-Smith starting to put together a good lead. But yeah, I think that's a real good fight. Jack Massey versus Chevron Clark. And they've also got Aaron McKenna's brother on the card. And they've also announced... Oh! They've announced that Chris Billam-Smith has gone down. Back up. Fight being turned around there by Ryan Rozicki. Can he capitalise and put Billam-Smith down again? But yeah, McKenna's younger brother's been signed, but they've also announced that they've signed Aaron McKenna and they're doing a show in Ireland. Looks likely that Aaron McKenna will fight for the title there. That is very interesting. No word on the opponent yet, but a little bit of good maths would say it is likely going to be maybe Amari Jones for the vacant IBF. That would be fun. That would be very fun. You know, I think that's the one which he's due to shot in. It'll be someone for the IBF. What would be really good is, I'm pretty sure Callum Walsh is ranked quite highly in that, in the IBF rankings. Callum Walsh versus Aaron McKenna in Ireland. That would be a great night. 3 10-7s to Ryan Rozicki there, putting him now 2 points up. He has completely, in one round, turned the fight on his head. But so some big things from Zuffa. They've also signed Shakur Stevens, which are a huge statement signing. Who they're going to put him on? But is this like the kind of Ben signing where he will only fight on the Ring Magazine cards? Will they do something similar to what they've done with Chris Billam-Smith, who's just been put down? This fight started so well for Chris Billam-Smith, but now it has been turned on his head. Ryan Rozicki is up on the cards, and he is up in the style of the fight. It is going in his direction. We know he is heavy-handed, we know he is dangerous, and we know he loves a fight. Also that night we have a Matchroom card on, which is very interesting because a lot of feuding between Matchroom and Zuffa, and originally the Matchroom card was meant to be Dalton Smith fighting for the title, and then it was Gal Yafai fighting for the title, and now it's Josh Padley versus Fiaz, a good fight, and Leo Tang on the card. But I think the Zuffa card's actually the better card of the night, hence why I'm covering the Zuffa card and not the Matchroom card. So very interesting. A lot of moving parts in there. And the war of words between Eddie and Dana will continue. And I'm sure they'll both have their things to say about their fights. They're talking about, Matchroom are talking about the low ticket sales of Zuffa. Don't know if that's true, we'll see on the night. But regardless of ticket sales, whatever, the promotion side, the fight's better on Zuffa. I got to come out and say it, you know. And it's proven to be a good fight here as Ryan Rozicki goes down once again. And I don't know if he's going to get back up. He is not. That is it. Your winner, your C64 prediction, Chris Billam-Smith, round 5. Will it be 16 winners picked in a row for the C64? And there it is. What a fight. Thank you for watching.